My name is Sam, I drive an Alfa Romeo 4C and I run a vlog called Seen Through Glass. So Seen Through Glass is basically following me around, nerding out about cars that I see, follow, stalk in a creepy way around London and wherever else I am. So I strapped a camera to my head, which was a slightly awkward look, and drove around and just talked about the stuff that I saw in the cars that I saw. First thing I do is always jump on Instagram to see if I missed anything the night before, so I can just get really depressed about my life. As long as I haven't and I'm in a good mood, I'll then kind of try and plan out my day. So I'll get all my camera gear, make sure that's all charged up, make sure I've got plenty of space, delete anything that is already on the hard drives. I then put sun cream on even in the winter because I burn easily. Once I've got all that stuff in, I usually head on down to the car, get all set up. My setup's quite complicated these days. A lot of my videos are filmed point of view from the driver's seat, and that actual setup takes a bit of time to get all in place and make sure all the gears facing the right way and I'm going to get all the angles that I need.
It's one of those hard things when you're in the 4C is my setup is sort of all over the place. So if something turns up, I suddenly have to turn this camera on, I have to get my point of view goggles on, I have to get all my audio going. So it's usually a bit of a scramble to get ready, but that's why I'm eagle eyes.
I'll just head into Central, usually Sloane Street. That's the famous one that everyone recognises, and it's kind of like a good place to start. And from there, just kind of cruise around. There's a real, I guess, lap, like a circuit that you can do in London that is kind of like your go-to. This is probably where I'll see the best cars if they're out. If I don't see anything there, it's a bit of a free-for-all. I'll just kind of make it up from that point.
Some of the main problems I run into is there are a few, I'm going to call them black spots in London, where you can be driving and something can be coming the other way and you simply will never be able to like turn around or catch it. There could be like a divide, or there could be a one-way system, or like a ticket system, so sometimes you can't do U-turns and you get like a £150 fine. So if you suddenly see like a McLaren or a Pagani going the other way, it's the worst feeling because you know nothing you can do, it's gone, it's just lost. I like to think my London knowledge is as good as a black cab driver. I could probably get anywhere.
Is it just West London that's good?
Yeah, Southwest London. That's not East London. It's a bit too trendy for me. But Southwest, I'm strong. And also, what's very good, which I found, is that I can recognise places from photos. So usually, if someone posts something on Instagram of a car parked up or driving somewhere, it doesn't take me long to associate where those buildings are, where that is in London, so I can get there as quickly as possible. And it's quite a nice feeling when you get there, even if the car's not there, to be like, yeah, this is where I thought it was. The other day, there was a very famous MSO, McLaren Special Operations P1, a very custom McLaren P1 that had been going around in London, and I hadn't seen it because I'd been having a busy week at work, and I'd come out just for a bit of a cruise, and we were in traffic a bit like this, and suddenly coming the other way, I saw the headlights, and I was like, that could be a P1, that could be a P1, and it suddenly appeared. And there's something about it which is just like, firstly, you have to take those couple of seconds to simply just appreciate the moment. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still a car fan. Like, forget vlogging, forget Instagram, YouTube, all of that stuff. It's just still so freaking cool to see a P1.
It was a long sort of road to get to the 4C. I made the mistake of announcing on Instagram that I was going to buy a new car, which led to a lot of people being like, oh, I've got a suggestion, and also putting a lot of pressure on me to actually buy a new car. So I wanted a load of different test drives. I test drove the Jaguar F-Type, the Audi TTS, the Porsche Cayman. Great cars, very fast, but nothing that got me really exhilarated. At that time, Joe Macari, the car sales company, put a 4C up on their Instagram page, and I thought, wow, I hadn't considered the 4C. And what's really funny, in a previous vlog, I'd slagged off the 4C. There was one in London, and I was like, I would never have this car, it looks crap. And then suddenly I found myself going down for a test drive. It definitely felt like this kind of like step up from everything else that I'd been test driving and the TTS. And then the performance is unbelievable. You're in such a light car, so small, so low to the ground that you feel like you're going 300 miles an hour at 30. So suddenly I had all of this stuff which I kind of always dreamt that would happen when I was 45 and buying a Ferrari because I was having a midlife crisis. I suddenly had now at 25 having a young life crisis, and thought this is the way I've got to go. I can't miss this opportunity.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Where's he going? He's going left. Oh, he parks down there, shit. Let's go. Well, we've lost everyone at the lights, but it's worth it. As you can see, we have now found a Ford GT. So this car is usually parked up in South Kent. I've photographed it actually a couple of times, but this is the first time I've been able to follow it. I need to do all of my stuff. I need to take photos. Traffic lights are about to turn. Oh, it's a good start to a Friday. I love this. When you come out and you find stuff straight away, things are looking up, people.
Yes, there have definitely been a few occasions where I've nearly killed old ladies, cyclists, and myself all at the same time. It's an interesting one, and that's another reason that the 4C was such an obvious choice, because I wanted a small, nimble car, and whilst it has no power steering, i.e. the guns, have to be used quite a lot, it's still super nimble and super light. But when you're chasing a supercar or hypercar, they tend to be driven quite quickly. So keeping up with them can sometimes be a bit of a challenge. I always try and be as safe as possible and considerate as possible, but I also refuse to let anyone cut me up when I'm chasing a LaFerrari. So yeah, prepare for your bonnet to be knocked off.
So this is Mount Street, which is full of incredible restaurants and shops, so you get some decent cars. That was a S Coupe, the S63 Coupe, which is quite nice. Got an RS5 here, quite a nice spec with all the black kit, but no super or hypercars at the moment. Oh my god, look at this! It's like this weird Hummer smart car thing, which I've seen pictures of before, but I've never actually seen it. I mean, that is just the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I need that right now. So this is Berkeley Square now. Unfortunately, there's a lot of roadworks and like events going on, but in the week, okay, we're gonna go back round. I've just seen a Red Bull liveried Renault Twizy. Now, I really want a Renault Twizy at the minute. I think it's going to be like the ultimate summer spotting mobile. And to have one like liveried up like the Red Bull Formula 1 car is just too legit to quit. Where is it? Definitely the best car on Berkeley Square. Oh, there it is, I saw it. Check that out. That is awesome. Okay, I need that. Oh, and the number 1. I really want a Twizy. I'd probably get it liveried up like that. That is hysterical. This hotel here, which is the Park Tower, do get some good cars, and we've been led to believe, my sources have revealed, that there is a crazy Arab Lambo in there, and I can see it through the hedges. You see that chrome. So now I've got to find somewhere to park up, because this is now the rush against time, and the problem about spotting from a car, because I know it's there and I want to go back and film it and take photos, but I've got to find somewhere legal to park, because as great as it is to see that car, it's not really worth a £60 fine. So I now start to have heart palpitations that I'm going to miss it because I'm trying to park my car. So you may or may not remember, this car appeared in a video of mine quite a long time ago. I was following it up Park Lane. I'd been away on holiday, got back, and then bumped straight into this on my first day out. I'm certain it was an Aventador, but I couldn't tell which one. And from the Aventadors that are in London a lot, certain ones we have, certain ones don't, so it sounded a bit different. Oh, I'm annoyed now, because that could have been a good one, and revving's always revving, so that would have been winning. So this is the infamous Knightsbridge Junction, where you get a lot of spotters hanging out because there's just cars coming everywhere, and we are going to turn left onto Sloane Street, which is perhaps one of the most famous roads for supercars in the world. It looks a bit boring at the minute, but you never know, we might see something.
When you go around the corner and you're just driving around town, or I may be vlogging, and you see one of those cars, I literally freak out.
I see it, it's still here, it's still here, it's still here, it's still here.
And that doesn't go away, and it's so weird, because in London you have supercars and hypercars everywhere. Like, they are literally one every dozen, if that's a saying. And I still find a way to get excited somehow.
And mate, you may have just smashed it. Holy poodle. Holy freaking poodle, a French Super America. Okay, this is legit. So basically these cars, I'm just going to kill somebody, second to the Challenge Stradale. This was my other poster car because it featured an episode of Cribs, my favourite show in the world, MTV Cribs. So this is the convertible version of the Ferrari 575, and it is called the Super America. And these are freaking rare, and this is from France. And as you can see, it looks like it has like the lowest roof ever, but that is because it is convertible. Ah! I love you. Oh, that's cool. I think this is the first ever Super America I've seen driving. So that basically proves to you how crazy Sloane Street is. I was like, okay, it's a Friday afternoon, not much is going on. But no, out of nowhere, suddenly, a really rare, one of 559, French Super America turns up. It does somehow always deliver. I don't really know how, but I'm like, great. But as I said, don't think that I mean you can go and stand there for a minute. We were very lucky there.
The big power steering thing, like the lack of power steering, it doesn't really make a difference. It does make 3-point turns 18-point turns, and for some reason I make this weird like noise when I'm steering, which a lot of passengers find uncomfortable. But most of the time the steering you don't even notice. The ride is so much better than a lot of car reviewers or journalists have said, Car Throttle included. And in general, it's just so exhilarating. You can be going at 25 miles an hour but make so much noise. So for me, you can't help but smile when you're in the 4C. It's such a fun car, and that word is overused when you're describing the Alfa 4C, but it just sums it up perfectly. It's impractical, it's got many flaws, it's slightly ridiculous, but it's just so much fun.
So we've had a pretty good day for a Friday afternoon. Fridays can be really quiet, but we had the 4GT, which I've never seen on the road, let alone follow, which looked insane. We obviously had the Red Bull Twizy, which I loved. Should we count the little Hummer thing? Yeah, I'll count the little Hummer thing. And then we crazy Super America, which I'm like, Ferrari! So I had a really good time with that. And then of course that matte chrome Aventador. So all in all, that is enough for a vlog, I think, and it's been pretty good for a Friday, and we're heading into the weekend. It can only get better from here, I guess.
Seeing the glass is great because it's firstly for me, it's a hobby for now that I can really enjoy. It's a way that I can spend my time. It's an excuse to be around cars and not to be that sort of weirdo hanging around at the back of a car park going, I like that exhaust pipe. So I feel like I'm doing something on purpose if I have a video camera. But as far as in long-term goals, I'm really enjoying making the videos. Some amazing opportunities have come my way so far. And I just hope to keep building that, see some amazing cars, get in some amazing cars, drive some amazing cars, stalk some people for way too long, and yeah, see where it goes.
Today I'm taking you behind the scenes of my Car Throttle video. Ethan's filming me, you can see his lens. It's a bit awkward really. So Ethan has just spotted the 10th anniversary edition Prius. Hey, what are the extra options you get?
All I know is the wheels are a bit different.
Wow. It looks beautiful, what a spec.